a lot of American manufacturers a few things. First is, do we revitalize a lot of the manufacturing technology in different ways? Meaning, do we bring more automation? Not necessarily to mean more robots, but the way that we use, for example, CNC and more advanced techniques for machining, or the way that we're setting up our manufacturing processes. Ultimately, if you think about the cost and the speed trade-off that we would go through, would we use that as an advantage in the way that we manufacture? Would we look at the existing facilities that we have and ultimately invest in them in different ways to essentially drive better growth and profitability through more advanced techniques as well? Now, if you think about the investment that goes into a factory, the ability to use some of the more software-defined techniques for your automation controls, for example, maybe the introduction of robotics into processes that you haven't used them before, material handling and so forth, where are there opportunities to essentially ease some of the stress on the workforce and ultimately make it so that they're contributing to the value add part of the product manufacturing process?
I think it's a very exciting time for manufacturing. I think that a lot of the additive manufacturing is going to be more commonplace, especially as time goes on and they have the ability to run through testing and things like that. And that's a technology that kids are familiar with even now. I think that the more technical, innovative things, we're going to see a resurgence, I think, of the government supporting that from a federal level. To really push that innovation, go back to NASA and really restart programs or new programs and really put a lot of effort into advancing manufacturing and technology.
The future of manufacturing is characterized by a lot of complexity. So over the last few years, I think we've all seen that regionalization has come into play. We also have had a number of shocks from COVID to the Red Sea issues that we've had, to all-out war and geopolitical conflicts. So the global supply chain and manufacturing as part of that has become much more robust and complex. So manufacturing technologies are going to help us by reducing that complexity, being more efficient. So you think about automation, allows us to manufacture much more closely anywhere in the world and manage the costs associated with that and the capabilities in any region. And then you think about things like AI that are helping us to make the supply chains more efficient, resilient, flexible, and responsive. And not only that, but moving to a more proactive environment versus in COVID, where largely I think the world was caught off guard and we had to react. So we're making those changes for our technology.